G'day, my name's Andrew Potter and Andrew Fisher and I are going to go through what the Mordialloc Sports Excellence Program is. We hope you find this information useful, and at the end of the session you will have our contact details if you have further questions for any area that we haven't answered. To start with, we would like to acknowledge the country. We acknowledge and respect the traditional lands of all Aboriginal people. We respect all elders past, present and future. We ask all people that walk, work and live on traditional Aboriginal lands to be respectful of the culture, traditions and work together as one to better Aboriginal health. Mordialloc College Sports Excellence Program recognises the importance of providing students with a fulfilling and challenging education that allows student athletes to develop in their chosen sporting talent while building confidence, communication and leadership skills. The college has an outstanding facilities with a rich history of excellence in sport. In conjunction with these facilities and passionate elite level staff and coaches, the program is designed to continue on to further education and training, increase students' opportunities to pursue a career in sport, and engage and teach skills for life. We find the benefits to the student athletes within this program. They have access to elite level coaching. They have additional time to train and focus on their chosen sport. We have great facilities and a gym that we make use of. We have incursions and excursion opportunities to experience elite level programs and compete against other schools outside our normal sporting competitions. We have special guest presenters and speakers and coaches come and talk to the students. They're part of an elite level and high achieving community. We create links with representative clubs in all sports so that students can go and try out with places like Bayside Netball, Sandringham and Chelsea Basketball Clubs and St Kilda Next Gen Academy to further develop their elite skills. The program is built around 3 sports which were identified 5 years ago as an integral part of the Mordialloc and surrounding communities. The sports program targets Australian rules football for both boys and girls, basketball and netball.
Coaches and staff. We have expert teachers and coaches that demonstrate a great passion for their discipline and engage in continuous professional development with various experiences within the realms of their sport. Students will benefit from our coaching staff's extensive experience in elite and professional sport across the 3 year levels that CEP currently runs. In AFL, we have 1 staff member. In netball, we have 2 staff members and 1 coach from the Inspire Netball program. Basketball has 1 staff member. We also employ a strength and conditioning coach to help benefit not only running and strength of our athletes, but help educate them in regards to their specific requirements for each sport. But we'll focus on the Year 7 staff to begin with. Myself, my name's Andrew Fisher. I'm the director of the AFL program here at Mordialloc College. My experience, I was prior to becoming a teacher, I was an exercise physiologist and sports scientist. I've played football for 8 years. I also have a coaching certification in both youth, men's, women's football as a level 1 coach and currently completing my level 2 certification. I've been a next generation head coach for the past 5 years and have coached at the senior women's level for the past 5 years as well. I'm also currently the St Kilda AFLW assistant coach in the backline and head up the program with School Sport Victoria as the Victorian representative coach of the under 15 girls. In the netball program, we have a key component which is being provided by the Inspire Sports program. Inspire are a program that's designed to educate students not only with netball specific skills, but with life skills and their ability to transfer all of these components to their general sporting prowess. The Inspire program is currently delivered by our head coach, Katie Schneider, who is the person who will be the point of contact for any morning sessions that the students in Year 7 will be experiencing. Kim Lentz is the Mordialloc College coach who will contribute to their day-to-day netball education, and she'll be in charge of their physical education sessions during their Year 7 program. Andrew Potter is the basketball coach. He has quite an extensive coaching experience resume. He is or has been the Vic Metro state coach, is a basketball Victoria coach, school sport Victoria state team coach for the last 7 years, winning 4 silver medals at national championships, representative club director of coaching, Big V, SEABL, NBL1 coach and lead assistant. He's also been a coach at La Trobe University with 1 silver and 1 bronze medal, a VJBL junior coach, domestic basketball coach, and has taken basketball tours to Europe as well as the US. As you can see, he's got quite an extensive resume.
So what will the Year 7s be doing if they join the SEP program? Student athletes will develop essential skills in preparing them both physically and mentally for elite level sport. The specific focus for physical preparation and conditioning is based around semester 1, where we start developing their skills that they can take and feel comfortable when they go to tryouts or get selected for higher honours, that they have the skills required to be able to compete at that level. We will teach them proper warm-ups and cool-downs and use of roller. They will do fitness testing. We have Rookie Me, which is the AFL-based group that come in and test all the basketballers, netballers and footballers, slightly different tests for each of the sports so that they can have that as a record moving forward, because that will happen each year that they are in the program. We look at recovery and injury procedures. We have a lot of Year 7s who are playing multiple sports and or doing lots of training outside of school. We don't want them to get injured, and so we monitor their workload so that we can help them with recovery and make sure that they're not getting injured and that they're putting their best foot forward when the games that matter happen. We also introduce them through the health program, through sports nutrition. Obviously, we work on teamwork and leadership skills within that program. In semester 2, we start looking at some of the team tactics and strategies, putting some of those skills into practice, but also then identifying where our skills need to be improved. We look at some strength and conditioning training, mainly at Year 7 with body weight type activities. We look at fitness testing again, and we have competition and development focus, because a lot of our competitions, both within the school and then outside competitions, happen in and around semester 2.
Student success in AFL. In 2023, we've been celebrating the successes at every single year level of our program. As you can see, the girls have possibly a greater representation than the boys when it comes to their representation at Interleague and St Kilda Next Generation Academy level, with between 60 and 80% representation at each year level. With the boys, we're working towards an increased representation at these levels, with each participation level growing as we progress through the year levels. Our highest accolade so far would be pictured with 3 of our boys making the Stingrays representative squad, with one of those participants going on to represent the country in the AFL Talent Pathway program. We also have successes with a number of our girls and boys representing the AFL Southeast region in the V-Line Cup, Interleague Metro Championships, the Talent Pathway program, as well as the Victorian Championship representative team that went to the Nationals last year. As of the last 2 years, we have also formed a partnership with the St Kilda Football Club. We currently engage with a number of opportunities to spend time at RSEA Park and learn from those at the elite level. We currently engage with a number of the AFLW players to understand exactly what it is to be an AFL athlete, as well as experience other areas of their program, which includes recovery. As you can see pictured here, some of our Year 9 students went to experience what it's like to be an elite athlete, experiencing ice baths, the Nordic boots, as well as having opportunities to utilise massage guns and a number of other high-level recovery strategies.
Future years, what does it look like? We're now in our 4th year of running the SEP program, and next year is the 5th year. We'll be pushing into VCE, the senior years. So student athletes will continue to develop their essential skills and preparing them both physically and mentally for elite level sport, or the level that they're playing at, and progress as they progress through the school. Specific focuses for physical preparation and conditioning continue throughout subsequent years of the program, and links with VCE and like VET, VCE, sport and rec pathways. The SEP program will continue to grow each year. We're limited to approximately 50 students across all 3 sports and each year level to progress through the program. So as the Year 10s are our lead group this year, they'll be in Year 11 and they'll have the opportunity to take some of what they've learnt into their VCE PE realm. The Year 10s will have the opportunity of maybe starting their VET, sport and rec program, and the morning sessions, if they want to just keep developing their skills and working on their skill development, the morning sessions will continue, but as a separate line to those other electives that I've just mentioned. The timetable shows that for SEP students, they will do, in their physical education time, they will do their sport, and that's 2 periods a fortnight. So the school works on a fortnight rotating basis. They'll have 2 health lessons in that time, and they'll have 2 morning sessions at 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning each fortnight. Those 2 morning sessions are purely basketball, netball or football with their elite coach. The PE sessions we sometimes combine and give them other sporting experiences as well as their AFL basketball and netball, and also sometimes doing a little bit of theory or giving them an understanding of some of the electronic platforms that we use, so that they have the ability to help monitor their training loads that we mentioned earlier, how they're feeling, how they're sleeping, how they're eating and things like that, so that we can help monitor that as well and give them suggestions on how to do that. Obviously we need to cover transport, pools, excursion, other competitions. Each person will get a drink bottle, a team roller, a bag and a top as part of the SEP program to wear at those sessions. And there's also some sport-specific uniform for some of the sports that we also step through throughout the year. You'll notice that there is a fee attached to the SEP program. This is $500 for AFL, AFLW and for basketball, and $600 for netball. The difference in the price is because of the expert inspire people that we get in for the morning sessions for netball. We are trying to source an expert on staff and working towards that, but at the moment we need to use an outside source.
The trial process for any Year 7 SEP student will be held from August 28. The trial date will be finalised specifically in the weeks prior, so anyone who has expressed an interest will have an opportunity to trial during this week-long process. During that week, the trial may consist of a number of different skills for each sport. However, each participant will be graded and provided an opportunity to display some of their ability within the time frame that we have allocated. Students will also have the opportunity to be provided feedback to help them develop, even if they aren't provided with an opportunity to continue within the program.
The application process, and this is important for you to read and understand this because it's changed this year because of the department's change of rules as far as that goes. So this is a select entry program for high performance student athletes. As Andrew just said, we go through a selection trial for that, and there is a maximum of 50 students across the 3 sports at each year level. Online applications via the college website will open on Thursday the 20th of July, which is about the same time as you will know if you've been accepted to Mordialloc to come here next year. So if you haven't been selected to come to Mordialloc, then it makes it very difficult for you to then apply for the SEP program. This will close then on Monday the 21st of August. You apply online via the Mordialloc College website. There's a link in the presentation here. Applications are only open to students who have been selected by Mordialloc College as their secondary school for 2024. Due to department regulations, that is generally just the people within our zone. The SEP program is only open to students who have selected Mordialloc College as their secondary school in 2024 and have been accepted into the college based on the Department of Education and Training placement policy. The order of priority for people coming into the school are in zone, siblings and any other of zone applicants that have been accepted based on closest to our zone. We no longer accept out-of-zone applicants based on curriculum grounds. A new ruling has come through that siblings who live in the same house and currently attend the school can come to this school, but if they live in separate houses, they won't be able to. As far as if we don't fill the quota of students to come to the school, so the aim is to have about 200 Year 7 students next year, then it's people who are out of zone who are closest to the actual school, not closest to the school zone. So our zone, closest to the school zone will be people in the sort of the Mordialloc township type area, because we're almost on that northern border, as opposed to people who are down in the sort of Chelsea, Edithvale, which is our southern border, which is a fair way away from the school. I hope that helps. There is more information on the website regarding the zoning to do with the application process just to come to the school. But please, if you have any questions in regarding that, we can't make exceptions no matter who the student is if they're out of zone, unfortunately.
Thank you for spending your time in watching this presentation and joining Mr. Potter and myself in understanding a little bit more about the Sports Excellence Program. If you do have any questions regarding the AFL side of things, feel free to send an email through to andrew.fisher@education.vic.gov.au or any basketball inquiries through to andrew.potter@education.vic.gov.au. If you do have any questions regarding the netball program, both Mr. Potter and myself cover off this within our role here at Mordialloc College. Feel free to email both of us to discuss anything to do with that program as well. Just to cover off some additional questions that we usually get when we do these sorts of presentations. The first one is generally around the query of adding any additional sports to the Sports Excellence Program. There's no plan to add different sports. I just thought I'd cover that straight away. So netball, AFL and basketball are our sole focus. Unfortunately, there's no plan to add additional sports to this, just due to the number of students that will be contributing to each of the programs. It's the number one type of sports for each gender in basketball, AFL and netball, and there tends to be a little bit of a lack of interest to develop some of the other areas. So that would be why we're only offering those 3 sports. The other question that we tend to get asked quite regularly is in regards to the word excellence in Sports Excellence Program. What does that necessarily mean for your son or daughter? Excellence for us here in this program doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be the best athlete. It means that you have a passion for the sport. It means that you have a desire to get better and a desire to improve. Our sole focus in the Year 7 program is to develop your fundamental skills to then help you potentially enter some interleague or representative type programs moving forward. It's not necessarily about being at that level straight away, but potentially being able to build that ability as you progress through the program. So if your son or daughter is really interested in either basketball, netball and football and has a passion for playing that sport, please feel free to submit an expression of interest for this program. There's no limitations with regards to that. They'll still have the ability to trial when the trial process comes around, and will, of course, as mentioned before, be given feedback on how to potentially improve in that area. Once again, thank you very much for joining us in exploring the Sports Excellence program. And if you have any questions, feel free to email either Mr. Potter or myself. Thank you.